give me a minute for YouTube to pop it up so I can find it.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and start, and you can stop me if when you get there you don't hear any audio.
Okay.
Okay. So, today is the day I was supposed to be at my first outdoor track meet. But we looked at the temperature forecast a few days ago, and it forecasted 90 and 91 degrees Fahrenheit. And last time I was out at the high school track for outdoor run a year ago about, I got heat exhaustion, almost heat stroke. I had to go to the hospital. And so we thought maybe I should not go to this track meet. And it turns out to be, so then after we canceled hotel and things, I thought maybe it was a mistake to withdraw because maybe my events would have been early in the morning before it got that hot. Maybe I could have done okay, but then other things since then, it was a good idea. It was a good thing that we didn't go. So I had physical therapy on Thursday, and I was extremely sore on Friday yesterday. I'm still sore today, just not as sore. And if I had continued, if I had already been planning to go to the track meet, this physical therapist, Andrew Lamont, probably would not have worked me so hard, but so I wouldn't have been sore. But in the discussion with him, I started realizing that I've been doing intermittent fasting. I've been doing a ketogenic diet for years now. After the mild cognitive impairment, and the doctor said that could progress to Alzheimer's, and I wanted to fight it from progressing to Alzheimer's. So one of the changes I made was to adopt a ketogenic diet to get my brain cells fueled by more ketones instead of all glucose. And so all the videos I've made have been on a ketogenic diet. That wasn't an issue. But some time ago, I started intermittent fasting. And fasting does not support exercise that's both fast and long. So endurance. So I maybe could sprint even if I'm fasting. Like usually on the Saturdays when I've done my attempts at a new personal best top speed, it's after fasting 12 plus hours, just water only in that time. Well, for a few paces, that has worked okay. Then a few weeks ago, or a few months ago, I'm not sure, I took a break from the trying a new top speed. I wanted to check to see how my endurance was improving at sprinting speeds. So I tried to see how long could I go at 17 miles per hour and then take a break and see how long I could go at 16 miles per hour. 17 and 16. And I didn't go well at all. I was very disappointed and I didn't understand it at all. Well, I think that was because of the fasting. So fasting does not support both fast and long. So maybe I could do a 50 or 60 meter sprint, Maybe I could even do a 100-meter sprint. But like a 200-meter sprint, I'm going to run out of energy, and I'm going to be jogging by the time I get to the finish line. So I've got to figure out how to deal with intermittent fasting with trying to do sprints. And I need to figure that out before I go to another track meet, I think. I guess I could just stop fasting. The purposes of fasting is to increase ketones, good for my brain, increase autophagy, good for my whole body, including my brain, increase human growth hormone, other things like that. So there's a lot of health benefits from intermittent fasting. I just recently completed a 48-hour fast for the first time ever. That went well. But another reason it turns out that good that we canceled the plan to go this weekend is Carla was sick yesterday, and so she wouldn't have been able to drive us yesterday, and I don't think I would want to go without Carla. Promise was going to go to be my caretaker on the floor, and she could have driven, but I don't want to go without Carla. And maybe she felt better this morning, but we would have had to have left very, very early, and that would mean I don't travel well. That means I would have had to have been in the car for a couple of hours sitting, and then try to start getting ready for sprinting. I don't think that would have worked well. Okay, so what happens? What am I going to do from this point? Well, I've got physical therapy sessions scheduled on Fridays for the next 3 weeks, and I don't want to attempt new personal best sprinting speeds on the day after physical therapy. I need to figure out how I'm going to modify my intermittent fasting routine, because up until now I've been trying to fast at least 12 hours every day, more like 13 to 15 hours every day, and so I got to figure out how I'm going to modify that. And so I'm not going to do any new personal best treadmill attempts over the next 3 weeks, and during that 3 weeks I'll try to figure out how I'm going to modify my fasting, and maybe just stop the intermittent fasting the day before, on Fridays, before I sprint on Saturdays. And so the next one, my next attempt will be 18.2 miles per hour, and tentatively every 2 weeks after that. And there's one other thing I was going to mention, is that I think something's been changing related to my brain. I haven't been able to identify what yet, so maybe I'm mistaken. But the mild cognitive impairment is amnestic type. Amnestic meaning memory. And I noticed that I was having increasing memory problems before anybody else did. And in fact, when I first started mentioning it to family and doctors, I got the response was, well, everybody has some memory problems when they get older. And I think this is more than that. And eventually it kept getting worse, and the doctors could test and say, oh, whoa, you've got some serious memory problems. But before I realized I had memory problems, before I realized I have some memory problems that's getting worse and worse over a long period of time. Before that, I knew something was wrong and I couldn't put my finger, I couldn't identify it as, oh, my memory's getting worse. It's very slow changes. And so I've been noticing something seems different with my brain. I haven't been able to figure out what. It's not necessarily bad. It could be good. It may be that all the lifestyle changes that I've made, the ketogenic diet, the intermittent fasting, the exercise, adequate hydration, adequate sleep, and all the other stuff that I do. Maybe it's starting to slowly improve my brain, and that's what I'm hoping for. But okay, I'm sorry. I guess I rambled a lot. But somebody watching can put it in fast. If they use YouTube, they can play it faster than normal. Maybe you have to be logged in to do that. But that's all I wanted to say. Did the audio work?
I think you set the stream to private, so I haven't been able to find it, but the audio channel showed it was working fine.
Okay. So I think I can set it to public. Maybe some people will see it, but they'll still turn it into a video.